So you will get you have to give your permission for me to record, because people keep asking me, can you send me the recording? Can you send me the recording? And so I finally said, okay, this time I'm going to record.
Good.
So you have a question on recording, Leanne?
No, I was going to ask you because I have to duck out because I have to do play.
Yeah,
so
I understand.
Miss a little bit. Okay, good.
Yeah, Jim is here, my partner. Thanks for taking care of the chat with all the questions. You may have to do that today. So we have enough people and we still have 4 minutes left. So let's go to our little icebreaker that we normally do at this point. So we are not sitting here bored. So let me go ahead and bring up brain teaser. So here are the brain teasers for today. They are a little bit, some of them are a little bit US centric, but still not bad. Let's see if they paint. How do I change? Okay. Okay, I have to live recording first. Okay, let me do this. Oh, I can move it away. Got it. Okay. So, anyone has any idea what this is?
Reading between the lines.
Reading between the lines. That's one of the old ones. Okay. And what about this one? Man had a book which was worth 40,000. Why did he deliberately destroy it? If you are coming in, we are just doing some brain teasers as a warm-up, icebreakers. So feel free to join.
I did that last night.
You did last night? This particular brain teaser last night?
No, I was just telling my wife I have already put the trash out.
Okay, good. You did it last night. So this one is hard. Man had a book. Why did he destroy it? The man actually owned 2 copies of this valuable book. By destroying 1 copy, he increased the value of the other. Go figure. Okay, go ahead and read that. Lifelong ambition was to achieve a certain goal, yet he insured himself against achieving it. What was the goal? No idea. So this is a true story according to my sources. It's from Japan. The man was a keen golfer and his lifelong ambition was to score a hole-in-one, but this would prove very expensive to him because then he has to buy a drink for everyone in the club. That's very unique, very hard to guess. Okay, now this is very interesting. I didn't know about this one. Go ahead and read it. Why the eggs are not exactly the same way conic on each end. If you're just joining, we were just waiting for you to get here. So we are just doing some icebreaker, some brain teasers. Any idea?
Maybe there's a difference in pressure along the delivery canal.
So the answer is very interesting. I never thought of that. A spherical or oval egg would roll in straight line. However, as a symmetrical egg, which is narrower at one end than the other, will tend to roll in a circle. If the eggs are on a cliff edge or a precarious place, the tendency is to roll around other than the straight. It's a distinct advantage. Never thought of that before. Okay, next one is very interesting and straightforward. I'd like someone to guess it. Hi, Patty. How are you?
I'm good.
Did you already participate in your contest or not coming up yet?
I did. I won.
Congratulations.
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 Thanks for your help.
Sure. Not me, lots of people's help. Any idea about this one? No idea? Okay, so this one is, he just visited his wife in hospital. She was on a life support machine following a car accident. As he was walking down the stairs, all the lights went out. There had been power cut and the emergency backup system had failed. He knew immediately that his wife had died.
Oh,
Here.
Okay, so how will we time? We have 1 minute after, we'll just wait. We'll do a couple of more and then hopefully everyone will be here. So any idea about this one, about the tennis?
Oh, that's easy.
Yes? How many?
88.
Yes, 88. So the other ones are wordplay, so it might be harder for people with a second language, but any idea about this one? Going once, going twice. If you're just joining, we're just doing some icebreaker as the start of the meeting, as everyone shows up. So we'll start in about a minute or two. No U-turn, no U-turn. What about this one?
Drinks on the house.
Drinks, round of drinks on the house. Round of drinks on the house. What about this one? Bend over backward. Bend over. Okay, last one before we get going. That would be the 2 minute after the meeting. Going once, going twice.
Mixed bag.
X bag. Mixed bag. Mixed bag. Hello, I can see lots of friends there. Hi, Ruth, you are there too. Okay, I'm seeing more people. I quickly want to show if my whiteboard is still there, show my welcome slide so we can go on. Welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome. That's my welcome slides. Okay. See, I write letters too big at the beginning. I ran out of space. Okay, so we have welcomed everyone and we have started. We have done our icebreakers. So icebreakers are good ideas. You can do a little poll, how you are feeling. You can have some brain teasers, lots of ideas. Do something 5 minutes before the meeting starts. So it's a good warm up, and then you can take it in. You know how late some of the people may be because you have a back-to-back meeting and people, it takes them time to get out of the one, get to the other one. Maybe the first 2-3 minutes. It's always a good idea to have something for warm up. Now you saw we did some of that. So next, what we will do is to find out a little bit about you guys. So, oh yeah, before I do that, let me share my screen. How do I share polling? So first, it will be a little bit confusing because you will see my screen, but I want to show you what I will do so you can watch me. So now you are seeing my screen, right? At the bottom, I have polling. I'll click polling. You at the bottom of your screen do not have polling. There are 3 reasons you may not have polling. Number 1, you don't have a paid account. Free accounts does not have polling. Number 2, you have to go into the portal where your account is and turn on the polling setting. 3, only host can create the polls and host can see the poll. If host has created co-host, they can see the poll. No one else can see the poll in their controls. So in my control, you have polling. So if I need to run polling that I already created, I just click polling. Now all the polls I have, this down arrow shows. So I have 4 polls here. The first one is checked. If I want to go to the second one, I can go to the second one, but I'll go to the first. Now I can add more by clicking edit. I want to launch this poll. So once I click that, then you'll see 2 of these, one what I'm sharing and one that you have. At that time, I'll stop sharing to avoid any confusion. So I'll click launch poll. Now you get to see the poll. Go ahead and take it quickly. Take about 30 seconds. So we won't take too much time on that.
What if we don't remember which of those meetings we went to, but we went to one of them?
Then at least just click any one you choose. So,
It
okay.
was 9 March, Jim.
Okay, all right, that's when it was.
Yeah, at least you can get to the month, you know.
Yeah, my memory doesn't go back that far.
By the way, my son is also on the call. His name is Daniel Zafar, and he's there. Later on, we'll do the introductions, so you'll get to meet him as well.
I saw that. I thought that must have been an incredible coincidence that he was your son.
He's joining me from Boulder, Colorado, while I'm sitting in Houston. So, okay, go ahead. Hello. Hello, you want to say something?
Oh no, it's actually my first time attending one of my dad's presentations. So I'm excited to learn something.
Oh,
Wonderful. Good, good. Yes, yes. I've been telling him all that time. Let me share my screen again to show you what I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the clock up on the top. The poll has been open for 1 minute and 25 seconds. It shows me attendees are now viewing questions, 33 of 34, 97% have voted. It shows me these blue lines. And now I can click end poll. And then after that, I get a choice to share results. When I click that, then the screen opens up for you to see the results. If I click relaunch, it wipes out and starts all over again and nothing is saved. If you want polls to be accessed to you later on, you need to make sure you do not do relaunch. Now I'm going to go ahead and click share results, and I'm going to stop sharing so you don't get confused which one you need to read. So now I'm sharing the results. So let's look at the results. We got 3 people from the February 4th, and we got 2 people from the 18th. 18 was more focused on Zoom. And then we got 5 from the March, and we got 3 from Exxon. So someone at ExxonMobil announced this session because I did lots of these sessions at ExxonMobil. I'm retired now, not there. So someone put the news out there. So I have few people coming from ExxonMobil, and they have attended one of the programs before. And 70% new people, good, wonderful. Okay, so let me share my screen real quick and see what I'm going to do with the poll now. So now I have the option to stop polling because I'm done with that poll. And once I'm done, I can click the top arrow, go to my second poll and click launch poll. And now you see the poll. Go ahead and take that one quickly. So we know 70% people are brand new to the session, 30% are repeats. You will learn new tips and tricks this time around. That's for sure. Just take a minute or two, and this time I'm not going to show you my screen because now you know how a host runs the poll. You saw what I was doing, so there was no secret there.
I had a quick question on that.
Yes.
You shared the results and then you close that one and then open the next poll. Is it possible to go ahead and go to the next poll without sharing the results?
Yeah, yeah.
Because at one time that was not possible. You had to share the results before opening the next poll. So
no, you can just exit out any point. Just X out from the top left of the window, the red circle. Just close it and then open it again. If you can do it right there, just close it and open it again. Whenever you open it, you can go ahead. Sorry.
I'm just going to say sometimes you want to, take those polls, but not necessarily share the detailed results.
Yeah. Let's try that. So let me share my screen. I never had to do that, so we'll do that together. And so let's just share. So now you are seeing 100% people voted. Wow. Let's look at the results first, real quick. So single user, I have a Zoom account. I have a personal paid account. Use my company's account. Okay. So we got about half the people who have companies accounts here, and other ones are divided into 2 groups. Got it. And there are some multiples as well because it doesn't add up to 100, because I think I'll allow you to multiple choice. So let's talk a little bit about poll before we go anywhere. Poll I found here stronger than what I saw in Skype. In this, you can ask more than one question in a single poll. You can have as many polls as you want. You can do anonymous. These polls are all anonymous, so I don't get any names. The other thing is you can choose single choice or multiple choice. So you can set up the poll anytime. You can open the meeting, set up the poll in the meeting. They will stay there. Or you can go to the portal where your account is, and you can open the meeting there, and you can create polls there. So lots of options. Results, at least 30 to 60 days stay, and there's a reporting options on the portal that you can use to get the results. To me, going to the reporting and finding polls is too much work. I just do a screen print before I get out. So, but the polls stay, the results stay there. Now, okay, so what is the second question? Never created Zoom meeting. Okay, I have rarely created it, sometimes created it, often created. Okay, half of you looks like are pretty experts, the other half different levels. Got it? Okay, so you were saying, Jim, that I want to go ahead and not show you the results and go to the next poll, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and click end poll. Now it gives me option to share results, relaunch, and download. You said I cannot click this and go to the next. I did, so it works.
Okay.
Maybe at some time in the past it did not work.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, maybe nearly
Yeah.
a year ago. That feature did not work. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So we even talked about poll quite a bit. We haven't done any introductions yet. So let me do my introduction first. Oh, by the way, I did not show you how to create poll. Anyone like to see how to create a poll from scratch? Raise your hand real quick. Okay, let's do that. So I'm going to go ahead and click polling. Oh, first I need to share my screen. Need to remember that part. Okay. So I'm sharing my screen. I click polling. As I mentioned, if you just joined, there are three reasons you may not see polling at the bottom of your screen. Number one, you have to have a paid account. Number two, you have to in the settings, you have to turn on polling on the portal. Number three, you are the one who created the poll. Once you create the poll, if you have a co-host, they can see the poll and you can see the poll. That's it. So if I want to create, if I not have created poll, then it would say here, add a question. It does not say that because the polls are already here. So I will click the added button. Once I click the added button, I get okay, move that to the side, bring that up. It's not moving up for some reason. Oh, it doesn't let me. Okay, let me close this window. Okay. Let me figure this out first. Somehow Zoom does not like me showing you this. So let me look at it myself first and then show you guys. So now let me share my screen. Okay. I think they do not. Okay. Can you see the poll? Add a poll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
For some reason before, because it didn't do that for I don't know why. So the first thing is you add a name, whatever name of poll. So this is, no one is going to see that except you. If you have a bunch of them, you need to name them something so you can quickly choose which one. You can choose anonymous or not anonymous. And then you type your question here. For example, we are going to say, we're going to say overall, what do you think of this session? Excellent. Very good.
Ed, are you doing this in the actual meeting or are you doing this outside of the actual meeting?
I'm right now doing it in front of you as the meeting is open and running. So poll doesn't care if someone else would have been talking and I would have asked someone else to talk and I could be doing that behind the scene. If I'm not sharing my screen, you will not be seeing it. So this is this meeting we are in right now. Let me call that name of poll feedback 2. So I'm done with creating. And once I'm done with creating, I need to move a little bit up.
Syed,
Yes.
So let's say you have a person running the meeting and then a co-host.
Yes.
And the co-host in the background who is designed not to really speak, but check the background, what's going on. Can that co-host set up the polls?
No, only co-host.
Only
Co-host
host.
can run the poll, cannot edit it, cannot create it. So I'm going to click save and poll is done. So now if I click this little button, I can see name of poll feedback 2. That's what I named it. Okay.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
Can you make polls with a single user paid account?
Yes, paid account, yes.
Okay.
You just cannot do it with a free account.
You just have to go into the portal to make
Correct.
it. Okay, thank
No,
you.
no, yeah, you have to turn on, once you have, number one, you have a paid account. I have a regular paid account. It's not a company account. And second, you have to turn the polling on in the portal, in the settings. Once you look at your settings, it says polling and the button is not unclicked. You just clicked it. Once you have done that, then host can create it before. Hi, Jane O'Brien, all the way from Europe. How are you? Long time no see. It has been what, 10, 15 years? I'm glad you're here. Okay, so the reason I wanted to get the polling out, I found out I had my iPad and I was running the meeting in iPad so I can see what you see. However, the Zoom tells me because I have my iPad on, I cannot do anything with polling. That's why I took care of the polling up front. Now I can turn on my iPad and I can see what you guys will see for the rest of the meeting. So this is a little glitch, or maybe they are afraid that you're trying to create too many, because I paid for one account and once I logged on from 2 places, it doesn't let me do polling for some reason. Creation, you can always run polls that you already have. Okay, so quick introduction. We are already in the meeting for 17 minutes and we're doing introduction now. So as some of you know, I retired from ExxonMobil. Once COVID hit, our company got Zoom, and I felt like in the company, lots of people wanted to know about Zoom. So I quickly got some knowledge and I ran about 60, 70 sessions on Zoom. Now I retired, I felt like people are still struggling with it. So I thought it's a good thing just to do some public service. This is my contribution to COVID. However, my passion, my love, what I want to do during retirement is to teach intercultural communication. I recently published a book just to kickstart that effort. And slowly, I'm telling people about that. That's all about me. And I will do something first before I'll let you guys do your introductions. So setting expectations quickly, few things. Number one, stop me, interrupt me anytime during the talk. The session may go different directions based on what people ask, because the information is so much, it can take 6 to 8 hours and still not be done. So many of the things may not come up unless someone asks. Of course, I have enough items planned that I can easily fill up 90 minutes to 2 hours. We'll see how far we do, how far we go. That's number one. Number two, put your questions in chat. Half of you are pretty experienced. So if you know the answer of the Zoom question in chat, please help me answer the questions. Let's just do some helping each other out. I will not be able to keep track of the chat at the same time. I know my limitations. I remember the movie Clint Eastwood, man got to know his limitations. So I know my limitations. I cannot manage chat and talk at the same time. So, oh, by the way, the transcription is also happening at the bottom of your screen, hopefully, right? At the bottom, transcription. So everything I'm saying is being typed.
I don't see it. I saw it when you were sharing your screen, we could see that, but it's not visible to us.
Oh, I see it right now.
Yeah, I can see it.
You can see it? Okay, Jim, maybe something happening on your side. Some people can see it.
If you
I think you have to
CC on the
switch
bottom.
it. You need to switch it on. You need to push the
Okay.
leave transcript button, and then you have an option to turn it on or off.
Oh, okay. I've never used that before.
And Jim is very experienced Zoom person, but transcription is something brand new. I'm so excited. I figured transcription out. I never seen transcription before myself.
There
It
it
used
is.
to be
Live
not
transcript.
available. It's very recent that they made that available.
I
Okay,
have never seen that. Good. That's good to know. I see it now.
good. And I will be able to save it, so we'll have the whole thing. So this is what I'd like you to do for set up your environment. Step one, you may be in a full screen mode. If you are in a full screen mode, or if you're not in a full screen mode, just hit escape. So if you are in a full screen mode, get out of the full screen mode. Step one. Everyone done? Second, to see all these beautiful smiling faces, you need to be in a gallery mode. So look at the top right of your screen. There's a word view. Click it. If you don't see it, just hover over your cursor or move your mouse. View and choose gallery. So you can see lots of faces. That's the beauty of the Zoom for interaction. We need to have our videos on. So hopefully you have your video on now, because lots of exercises will relate to the videos. Third, I like you to hover your cursor and at the bottom, click participants. All of you have participants. A window will come up and go to your right, top right. Done? Next, go ahead and click chat. Another window opens up, goes below participant. Let me show you my screen, what it looks like, and then we're going to check quickly that everyone has a setup. So you see my screen now. I got the full videos. I have the participant on the top right, chat below. What if you don't want to take space here with those participants in chat and you want them somewhere else? Watch real quick here. Look right here. See the arrow? There's a little arrow. I click it. I call pop out. Now it's here. I don't want it there. I can have it there. I can see a lot more people now. Pull it out. Now chat is only here. Same thing with the chat I can do. I can click it. I can pop it out if I wanted to. If I want this back, now it's context driven. So now I have a button at the bottom of my participant, merge to meeting window. I click that, it runs back over there. Is everyone good with that? Everyone was able to do the setup correctly, because this setup would be very helpful for you as we look at all different features. Any questions? Time for one question. Going once. So far, so good. Okay, let's keep going. So we'll talk about chat. The way we talk about chat first is you get to, oh yeah, I've never finished some of my expectations. Okay, so I'm using Mac. So my buttons are Mac related. If you're using Windows and your buttons are a little different, feel free to put it in chat. Someone else is using Windows, they can tell you what their buttons are. It is discouraged to use mobile device or tablet because the buttons are very different. Most of the things you cannot participate in. Also, the Zoom is interactive thing. If you keep your video off, there will be many features and stuff you will not be able to experience and use because your video is needed for that. And I thought, just talking about tool is boring. We need to have some fun. So our theme today is get to know each other. Who knows, you may make your best friend today, and you may develop some network or walk away more than just learning about Zoom. So I like all of you, because now you have your chat open. I'm going to put the question in chat, and all of you respond to the question. The question in chat is, tell us about yourself. This is the time you can market yourself, you can introduce yourself, whatever you are comfortable with, whatever you'll want other people in this group to know about you. Maybe you're looking for that lifelong friend, and maybe today is the day you're going to find one. So as you are typing your responses, let me mention a few things about chat. So chat is the most underused tool we have. If I would have asked you a question, all of you to speak up and introduce yourself would take a whole hour. Now, all of you only get a minute to do that, and every one of you can type that, and rest of you can read anytime you want. Everything would stay in chat. See what I did? I use uppercase letters to put something in there. So later on when chat is saved, I can easily grab the response to the particular question out of the chat. You can copy paste chat, you can screen print chat, or at the bottom right of the chat window, you can save the chat as well. You don't worry about where it gets saved, because once you get out of the session, it tells you, it goes into your documents, it goes to your Zoom folder, and that it has today's date and the chat is saved there. Now in the settings, on the portal settings, you can choose to have chat always saved whenever you run the meeting. Any question? Let me also read some of the wonderful stuff that is coming down. Wow. Now, you can also chat individually to someone. As once the typing would stop a little bit, then I will share my screen and show you what I see. As a host, you can choose people not to chat at all. You can make them just chat with you, or you can make them chat with everyone. Now, once you chat with someone else, there are 3 ways. Let's see how far we are. Some responses are still coming, so let's just wait for a second and look at some of the responses you are seeing. Let's do that for a minute. Give people time as they are typing, because sometimes it's hard to listen and type at the same time. So we are pausing by design. Okay. We got enough time for that. Let's go ahead. If you want to chat privately, you can chat directly to someone. So you saw lots of people's information. You may be curious about someone. You can ask a question to them. 3 ways you can send a private chat. Go to their video, hover your cursor over the video. Top right, there are 3 dots. Click that and choose chat. 2, look at the participant list, find their name, click their name. In both cases, their name gets filled in to the word to. It says everyone in blue color. Instead, that person's name would be there. Or you can come down, click the little down arrow next to everyone. Let me share my screen and I can show you that in case you are wondering what the heck am I saying. I like the baby, Molly. Thanks for bringing the baby. It makes it more humane. Okay, now you're seeing my screen, right? So I am keeping chat on this side because my cheat sheet is right here. I was hiding my cheat sheet not to show you guys. But so I keep my cheat sheet here. If I need to copy paste stuff, I can quickly grab from here and move it over here, right? And then if I click these 3 dots, I get, now you can see, I can save chat. Participant can chat with no one, host only, everyone publicly and privately, and merge to meeting window. I get all these options. So if I come here, sorry, what?
A lot of what you're seeing there, only the host will see.
Yes, that's the reason I'm sharing my screen. What you see is only save. Jim, what do you see? Do you see 3 dots or the word save?
On my own chat window?
Yeah, at the bottom right.
Only save chat is the only option.
Okay, so you have the save chat. That's all you get to see. Yeah. Hi, Stephen, you are there. Nice seeing you. Some people I'm just, so if I come here and I want to say something to Maria because she's having fun in Mexico instead of being in her office in Florida. So now Maria's name is there. So at this time, take opportunity to send a private chat to someone in the group based on what you learn about them. Don't go back to your friends that you already know. Find someone new and go ahead and say something. Now, here is the trick to remember about chat. If you did private chat to someone and you're doing back and forth private chat, in the middle, someone else sends you private chat. Their name gets filled in. And when you type, it goes to the wrong person. Same problem we have on iPhone with chat. We have the same problem for this. So be careful if you are using chat. It's very easy to send it to the wrong person, private chat. Now, when chat is saved, it saves the all general chat and it saves only your private chat for you. It doesn't save other people's private chat for you. At the beginning, people thought that was happening, but that's not the case. Any question on chat before we move on?
Yeah, I have a quick question on chat. When you look at the features of in the new releases, they
Yeah.
talk about many advanced features of chatting, and we don't have those available in this. I'm guessing perhaps those are only for webinars. Do you happen to know where those advanced features
Okay.
for chat are?
Okay, so let's get back. So when I was in ExxonMobil, we had Zoom meeting, and we had another product called Zoom Chat.
Yeah.
That's a separate product. When you have a corporate account, just like you remember Skype was Skype meeting, and we had Skype chat. So they're talking about that stuff. We have a limited Zoom meeting, a chat feature. We don't have a Zoom chat. I think it's only for the companies to chat within that company.
Okay.
Or maybe you can buy it, but I don't see any single user license available called Zoom. Same thing is true with Zoom Rooms. Zoom Room is another different technology that allows you to connect your telephones in your meeting rooms to the Zoom. So we don't also have that access to that product.
Okay, the full-fledged Zoom chat then is more like an instant messaging client. where you have presence
Exactly.
and all
They
that
still
stuff.
call it a chat. It's really confusing. They still call it a chat. Yeah.
Okay, thank
You're
you.
right. Now, when it comes to webinar discourages chat. Only you can chat with the panel. Panel is the person who set up the webinar, and there's no interaction. You cannot see anyone's videos. You can only see the panel, and the chat is even a lot more limited there. Now, let's talk about when someone is sharing a screen, your space gets messed up. You want to have better control of your meeting space when someone else is sharing. Okay, so let's do that now, and let me share something to show you. Okay, so let me move this away and bring this here. Okay, so now you're seeing my screen. So I like you to see what you are seeing, but try that on your computer. So in order to better manage your space when someone else is sharing, like I'm sharing right now, first hit escape so you're not in a full screen mode. So you can easily make your window bigger or smaller, the one I'm sharing. Go ahead and try that. Move the window around, make it small, make it bigger. You can do that once you hit escape. Second, what happens is by default, you see the videos. Let me get my annotation out. You see the videos here on the top a little bit, and then you see the picture, the sharing here. You want, because presentation is so boring, you don't want to deal with presentation. You want to see all the smiling faces. So you up on the top and you click view options. It used to be the only way to do it, and come down all the way and click, let me get my little spotlighter. So come here, side by side mode, you click that. Now we have another option too. You can go top right, and if you click view, now view, I made that magnification so you can easily see it. Side by side gallery view. So side by side gallery view from here, or this one by default is a gallery. It doesn't say side by side. It just says side by side mode is a gallery. So let's just go to the next page. So now I'm in a gallery view because the videos are showing up to the right. Go ahead and get yourself in a gallery view as well. I still don't like it because this is hogging too much space, the PowerPoint. I want to see more faces. See this little line in the middle? You grab that line and you move it to the left or to the right. You can see more videos. Right now, you cannot see more videos because I was duplicating myself 3 times just to create this slide, and one on iPad and one on iPhone. But now, if I would be watching, if you would be sharing it, I could see like 10, 15, 20 videos. Hopefully, you are doing it. And if you want to go back to side by side, you can do that. Standard would be back to the way we started. Now I'm on my side-by-side speaker view. Everyone, try that. Yes. If you tried it and it worked for you, click reactions. And the reactions, click yes.
Yes, I had an observation on that. For those of us who host a lot of meetings and who have dual screens, we don't have those controls because we don't need them, because the dual screen takes care of that. But I'm thinking that as a host, with the luxury of 2 screens, I don't always sympathize with what it's going to be like for the participants with a single screen.
Yeah.
And so it's very useful for us to know how to use those controls you just described, which personally I've never used.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So dual screen, when at work, I used to have dual screen. I didn't like dual screen. It kind of does things by its own and I lose control.
Yeah.
It moves things by itself. So if you are in dual screen mode, the stuff I just did would not work for you. You just don't have it because according to Zoom, you just don't need it. Okay. So lots of people, let's see. Okay, now let me show you something. So I ask you, we are moving to the subject called reactions. So I ask you to click yes if you were able to do that. Now, the good thing about you clicking that, and let me show you my screen, and then you can see what I'm talking about. Let me bring annotation here, and so I can get a tool out. Look at this. Six people click yes. Can you see now 7 click yes. 9 clicked yes. I can see it and it would stay there unless you click on it, then it will disappear. So let's talk about reactions. So everyone on your screen, click reactions. And once you click reactions, I'm going to click reactions on mine as well. Oh, I'm trying to click reactions on the shared screen. It's not going to work, of course. Let me stop sharing. Okay, so click reactions. There are 3 rows. Each row has different meaning and different function. None of them are the same thing. Let's start from the top. The top 6 icons or emojis or emoticons, whatever you want to call it, use them sparingly whenever you want to. And you can use that one to create engagement, interaction. Here is the challenge with that option. The good thing is it shows up on your video, it shows up in your participant list. Once you click it, look at it, it's on the participant list as well as on your video. The only problem is it disappears after 10 seconds. Because clapping, you cannot clap forever. You can clap only for 10 seconds, according to Zoom. Thumbs up, I love it, laughing. And if you put your cursor on any of the icon, it tells you what it means. This one means open mouth. What does that mean? They could have said surprise or something. No, they say open mouth. And okay, now the next row is way better. I love the next row. If you want to do quick voting, let's do a voting. Let me clear up. I have powers to clear up this stuff. How do I clear it up? Let's see. Oh, it's on the top. Clear all feedback. Okay, I clear all feedback. Now, click yes if you speak more than 2 languages. If you speak more than 2 languages, click yes. There are 10 people, 12 people in this room out of this 36, now 11 who speak more than 2 languages. So you can quickly get the stats and you can look at the stats. Now, the person can toggle it again and it would go disappear. Or as a host, I can get rid of all of them or I can get rid of any individual ones. I can. And the symbol also shows up on the participant list as well as it shows up on the video. So
I only seem to have the top row. I don't seem to have any there. I just have the emojis.
You just have emojis. It's possible that you have very old version. You just need to update your software. So to update the software, it will not apply to this session, but it will apply to your next session.
That's a good point because there's so many features that are only available in the more recent versions.
Correct. And that was a recent change. That was a recent change. The second row I just talked about, yes, no, go slow, go fast. They used to be under participant and their name is still the same. They are called nonverbal feedback. The other ones are called reactions. So at the end of the session, how do you say your name? Birch? Birch? Yes, Birch, at the end, if you can stay a little bit longer, I will have time and I can show you how to upgrade if you do not know how. That's pretty straightforward. Now let's
Hello,
talk about the.
Excuse me.
Yes, yes.
Good
Molly.
afternoon, good
Molly.
morning. This is Maylee.
Yes.
Yes, thank you for hosting this session. I had a quick question for you.
Sure.
I managed to get the participant list on the right-hand side of my screen, and I'm wondering, as a participant, can I see how people vote?
No. Oh, no,
No.
no, yes, you can, because look at their name. This icon appears in front of their name.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it, but it does not.
You just don't
calculate-
get the count. You just
I
don't
won't
get the count.
Okay.
Yeah, host only gets the count.
All right,
You have to scroll up and down like crazy.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, but it is only for those second row. The first row, no count is even available to me, and it disappears after 10 seconds.
Okay.
Now the third one is the one I really love. That's my favorite. So I'm going to clear all the feedback. Now, the third one, or raise hand, has an extra feature that the other ones don't have. It impacts the participant list. Everyone, go ahead and click raise hand. Let's see who does the fastest. Now look at the participant list. Your raise hands are in the order you click them. For example, I wanted to ask a question, and all of you have a question. I know who to ask first. Nandita was the fastest to click yes. So now all the hands are there. So it also reorders it. It puts it on your window, also on your participant. So you can do a lot with these reactions to create interaction, because the main idea is to keep them busy, make them do something. Otherwise, they're going to go and do something else on the side. Any questions on reactions before we go on? Okay, 10:25.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
There is all kinds of movement on the screen. Is that because it's repopulating the sequence of things?
Repopulating, if movement on your screen depends on there's no movement on my screen, it's on your Wi-Fi. How fast?
Oh, it's a speaker change, because if you speaking and if you stop speaking, the first person with the raised hands switches back to the first image. And
She's talking about that. You're talking about the participant list moving around?
No, I'm looking at grid view right now.
Video images.
Oh, video images. Video images is okay. Later on, we will talk about video images as well. But however, people go in and out. If people go, for example, person leaves the meeting or comes to the meeting, or they turn their video off or they turn their video on, then Zoom has an algorithm to move videos around.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about video settings. That's a good point. So do this as I'm doing it, and I'm not going to share my screen. If someone gets lost, then you tell me. Oh, well, let me share my screen instead. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so I'm going to share my desktop, and you do go ahead and do. Many of you may know already. So my cursor is at the bottom left on the stop video. There's an arrow. Go and find your controls, not my controls, not I'm sharing your controls, and click the up arrow. Now take the first one, like I'm doing it, video settings. Now you see this, all the settings available to you in app are now available here. Everyone so far so good?
No, Syed, I lost you.
Okay.
I don't know what you're doing here. Can you repeat?
You are using a computer, right? You're not using a tablet.
Yeah, a computer, yeah.
Okay. So at the bottom, you have all the buttons, right? Where the participant, chat. On the left side, you have the start and stop video button, right?
That's right.
Next to the stop video button, there's a little up arrow. You click that and your settings appear. You take the first one called video settings. Are you with me now?
Yes, so far so good.
Good. Now here you can apply your makeup. And I know Maria was telling me that this is the best thing ever happened. She keeps her makeup on now all the time. Yes, Maria. And you can move how much makeup you like. See, I'm about having this much makeup. Means it's going to make all your lines disappear. And Marty is upside down. Marty, I'm glad you also rename yourself. That's nice. Okay, and adjust for low light. I normally keep on auto, but you can also try manual how that works. And those are some of the things you can do on this side. Now, in these settings under video, come all the way down to background and filters. Background and filters. Everyone is on background and filters. The brand new thing Zoom just added is blur. If you just don't want to show people what is behind you, you can just blur it. This is a brand new feature just came out. If you have not upgraded your Zoom lately, then you may not have that one. Now, if you do have the backgrounds, then you can use it. Now, for example, you have teams. You can make green team and red team and yellow team and make them compete. So you just ask them, just give them some green PowerPoint slide and then ask them to use it behind for their background. The reason we have the word green here because we're in Toastmasters and we have a little light system. So people like me don't speak forever. So we have this green stuff.
Hey, Syed, you may want to mention the fact that some of these options may not show up if you have an older PC with a processor that's not strong enough. For example, blur does not show up on mine because I'm on an older PC.
Even you are upgraded it to the latest?
Correct. Yeah,
Okay.
I just don't have a powerful enough processor. That's why I have to have a
Right.
green screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I have a
Yeah.
I need
So,
to.
so I didn't see the blur on mine, but I thought the upgrade, like when you log in, doesn't it like zoom automatically, or you have to go and get like the latest version?
No, it doesn't do automatically. You have to go and get latest version. So at the end, if we have time left, I will show you how to do that. It's pretty straightforward.
Oh yeah, I've done it before. I just thought they were automatic. So
No, they're not automatic. Yeah.
Not in a long time.
Okay, so go ahead and if you can do background filter, just go do some virtual background, just to have some fun. Yeah, everyone, go ahead and do something. Now we're going to move on. I'm going to move to the next to virtual background is video filters. Click that. Now, if you are really having some party or get together and you want to create some fun and enjoyment, go ahead and choose whatever you like for yourself. You have all kinds of video filters available. Yeah, Daniel, yours looks scary to me. This is your favorite, the roller coaster. I remember seeing that. And if you want to award some people, ask them to get their awards, you know. Now, yes, go ahead. Yes, yes.
My video filters just say none, and I have none. Why is that?
Old processor.
But you do have virtual backgrounds.
Yes.
Yeah, you have older version of yeah. Okay. So even you upgrade now, it's not going to impact this session. It's going to be the next session, most probably.
Okay. Thank you.
I will cover how to get.
Sorry, I have.
Yes.
I've been trying to resolve this thing because it says I need a green background, and you're talking about this new feature. What did you call it?
Sorry, tell me what you see.
The new feature, you know, when I have the green screen, that says the green background, I don't have a green. I try to use a green fabric.
Yes.
Behind, and then the feature I had done would not be stable.
Yes, the reason is the green screen has to be completely flat. So you need to have a pulse and it's pulled very clearly, number one. Number two, it has to be about 2 feet behind you. Number three, it has to have lights shining on the green screen equally.
Okay.
And then additional lights shining on you from the front. Contact me later. We can talk more about that.
Okay.
Okay. Now the studio effects. Look at the bottom right. Studio effects. Click that. And now this is where I can apply my lipstick. See? Now I have the lipstick on. So, and you can make it apply to all future meetings. So you never have to worry about lipstick anymore. See? Your life is now easy. And you can have some beard going, you can have some mustache going, you know, you can do all kinds of fun stuff, right? Okay. Let me close it and stop sharing. Oh, I need to clean this stuff up on me too. Otherwise I want to look awful. Okay.
At least you're not a cat.
Yes, at least I'm not a cat. Any questions so far what we have covered, and we are 49 minutes into the program. Okay, we took care of video settings, and let's go on to screen sharing. So screen sharing, let me go through a few slides real quick. That would be the easiest way to take care of that, and then we'll let you do it. So let me go back to my menu and come back. Okay, so many times we have this issue. We ask people, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Zoom finally solved the problem. Once you're sharing your screen, it tells me up on the top, participant can now see your screen. So they put that question to rest forever. Thanks, Zoom. Now, once you click, here's how you share. You can follow. You cannot follow it because I'm sharing it right now, but I'll let you do that in a minute because I'm sharing. But at the bottom, you have this green screen share button. You click that. That's my number one. And let me bring my little spotlighter so you can see it. So you do number one. And then this is what shows up. First line only shows up if you have nothing open. Always try not to close all the stuff you have. Otherwise, you get confused. Too many things are there. So desktop is always first, whiteboard is always second, and then you have a choice of you want to connect to any mobile device or not. I have connected to my iPhone one time, it works just fine. And then all the applications you have open show up at the second row. Now, let me click this. Okay, now when we share PowerPoint, we have a problem with PowerPoint because you don't want them to see everything. You want to be in a slide mode. But whenever you go into full slide mode, full screen mode, what happens? It takes over your whole screen. You cannot see the videos. You cannot see anything else. So this is the trick that you need to do. Most of us share PowerPoint, and it has to be done in PowerPoint, not inside Zoom. Look, once PowerPoint is open, up on the top, there's an option called slideshow. You click that. Then there's an option called setup slideshow. You click that. And then by default, it's always this one click, presented by speaker full screen. That's why it takes over your full screen. You need to choose the second one called window. Right now, I'm sharing this PowerPoint with you. It's not taking over my screen. I can see Jim scratching his head.
Syed?
There. Yes, go ahead.
Question. So can you elaborate on this PowerPoint issue? So let's say I'm sharing my screen and it's a PowerPoint.
Yes.
Can I set it up in a way that the participants see only the screen, the PowerPoint, but not my notes?
Yeah, so this is exactly the way we are showing you right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly do this. Simple 3-step. You can open any PowerPoint right now and quickly take any PowerPoint. You'll see up on the top slideshow, you see setup slideshow, you get this option. Just click the second one.
They won't see your notes, but you won't see them either.
Yes, but you can easily, yeah, that is correct. But if you have two screens, dual screen is good for PowerPoint. If you have a dual screen, then for PowerPoint presentation, use that because the other screen will show you your notes. Okay. Now, then you can click Advanced tab. Advanced tab at the beginning, if you join the meeting, you remember I was using PowerPoint as my background. You can do that. Again, you have to have a regular computer. I wouldn't say powerful. Jim, your computer is what? From a dinosaur age or something?
It's pretty old. It's about 4 years old.
I'm just joking. So if you have a newer one, it's not an issue. The other thing is, if you want to share your screen, but not the full screen, like I had my notes on the side and I want you to see the rest of the screen, I can do portion of screen, which is pretty straightforward. What it does is it brings you a box. You can move the box anywhere you want on your, you can make the box bigger, you can make the box smaller. Very simple and easy. Now, video used to be an issue because people were trying to bring video as an application and try to share application. They had to remember to click share sound button, optimize for video clip buttons. But now they have a video option. And on the next page, I show that. So you click your share screen, you come to advanced number 2, You come to video, click that, and then it opens up your library and you have to find the right video and you click that. And now you can see the video running with sound and everything. That was quick for all the options you have for sharing. So go ahead and take a second. Do not click share screen because then you would take over other people's places. And if I'll ask all of you to share screen one at a time, we need about 2 hours to do that. But at this point, click share screen and see all the options you have and see if any questions you get. And then click, you see up on the top by default, the desktop is highlighted. By default, you are in a basic tab. You go ahead and click the advanced tab and you can see the options there. There by default, your slide as which your background is clicked. You can see all that. Any questions at this point about?
I do.
Yes. Please.
So let's say you connect to your iPhone and you want, so let me first contextualize things. We know still that playing a video and sharing a video over Zoom still has problems of delays and whatnot. Is sharing the video by connecting to the iPhone better?
No. So we don't have that much delays anymore. Delays are coming from the Wi-Fi of the person who is seeing it, or the Wi-Fi of the person who's transmitting it. The Zoom does not have any issue. Someone decided to share the screen, so now other people cannot try it. So thank you very much. So later on, if we have time left over, I will run a video. So now because of the video option, what problem was people were not clicking some additional options they had to click. They made our life easy. Now you don't have to click any special options. You can just click the video. However, it's again up to the Wi-Fi speed. Okay. If Wi-Fi speed is awful for the person who's transmitting or the person who's receiving, it's going to be choppy. I take a Zoom class. Leanne is in the room. She's the one who runs the Zoom class, and we take a recording Zoom class. And it works like a charm. And we have been doing it, Leanne, for how long? Leanne is gone. Oh yeah, Leanne had to go and run another yoga meeting. Yoga, so she's gone. We have been doing it for more than a year and it's very smooth. Okay, let's do some fun stuff. So you need to make sure your video is on, otherwise you cannot do it. Everyone needs to know how to rename yourself. If you do not know how to rename yourself, move your cursor on your video. On the top right, there are 3 dots. Let's everyone do that. Everyone click the 3 dot on the top right of your video. And after your name, type your favorite animal. What animal you think you are in personality wise. Just add an animal after your name. So top 3 dots on the top of your video, 3 dots on top right of your video, you click it, rename yourself. Okay. Now, as you are renaming yourself, if you have a crush on someone, you can see them bigger you can have a guilty pleasure without anyone knowing it. Did you know that? Take someone's video and click those same 3 dots on their video. Besides chat, you have an option called pin. You click it and their video gets big on your screen. It's all your guilty pleasure. And the person and me and no one knows. This is you and Zoom. You can stop it from you doing it. However, the recent feature is I can allow you to multi-pin, but I have to allow you person by person by person. I can allow all of you to multi-pin. That's the latest feature. Now, what the feature that Jim uses very often, that I have it, that you guys don't have it, is let's go to someone who is not shy. Patty is not shy. No, Patty is shy. Okay, let's go to, so I'm making, I did a spotlight. For example, we were having a meeting and Antimo was the one speaking. I want everyone to at least start with Antimo. However, you can get rid of him very easily. Click view and click gallery. And if you go back to gallery view, I cannot force you to maintain this, but I can start you with this view. However, with the latest changes that have happened, now I can add a spotlight. That was never possible before. And for example, I want to create a panel and I can only do 2. I can only spotlight 2. I try to do 3rd and it says remove spotlight. Now let's go ahead and let me go back to the.
You should be able to do more than 2. I did 4 yesterday.
Yes, for some reason it let me do it. Maybe I was doing on the same person. Maybe that was the reason. You did 4 yesterday? Okay, so you can do, what the heck is this thing there? Sorry, I forgot to take that stuff off. Let me leave it there. Okay, so the other thing that we can do, let me try, did I remove all the spotlights? Okay, I'm back to the gallery view. Cannot move while someone has, oh, I learned something new. We can rearrange videos, but if someone has raised their hand. So let me go ahead and lower all the hands. Oh, by the way, these 7 people are really for true have questions or they have raised their hands for fun? Let me ask that first. Okay, they must have raised it for fun. Okay, now there's a new feature came out. When I was at ExxonMobil, one problem we always had, people said, can I move videos around? It says, no, Zoom has an algorithm. We cannot do it. Now you are allowed to move videos around. Hold anyone's video, move it around anywhere you like. However, I got, as a host, a power. I can force my video order on everyone. See what happens? Your video shift around it. Now you are stuck with my order. Now I got the power. However, I cannot do that if I'm spotlighting someone, or I cannot do that if I'm pinning someone. For example, you really would like to have the first row talk first, then the second row talk, then the third row, and you didn't have time for them to have a red background for the first line and the blue background for the second line. I can force now. Now I can release it. I don't want you to having a certain order, so I'm going to find, how do I release it? Let's see. So I have a can't release video. You want to see the feature? If you want to see the feature, raise your hand. You want to see the feature? Okay, sounds good. Let's share the screen and do it. So have some fun with it real quick. Okay, let me put my notes down. I'm kind of 15-20 minutes behind according to my script, but okay. So I'm going to move videos around, right? So I'm going to move Michael. Oh, you cannot move video when someone has raised their hand. Okay, let me lower their hand. You guys have questions? Stephen, Patty, and Diane, do you raise your hand? Do you have a question? No? Okay, I'm going to lower your hands.
You told us to raise our hands, so I'll raise my hand.
Oh, sorry. Okay, video cannot someone. Okay. So please do not raise your hand. If you have a raised hand, please lower it. Okay, so now watch on the screen when I'm sharing. I'm moving videos around. I'm bringing Jane O'Brien all the way to the left. I'm grabbing Daniel, bringing next to Jan. I'm bringing Laura here. And then I'm moving myself there. And I'm moving this here. Now I like this order for some reason. I click view. Guess what? Follow host video order. Now that's the order you have to follow. If I stop sharing, you're stuck with that order on your screen. Now I get a different option. Release follow order and then release video order. Those options only show up if I rearrange the videos. Otherwise, they are not there. Isn't that fun? I find this very exciting. I don't know why. That's really good. Okay, let's keep moving. Let me show you. Okay. We took care of that. Let's do this. Everyone click reactions and tell me you want me to go slower or faster by clicking slower button or the faster button, nothing else. While you're doing that, I need to get rid of this little thing on me that I grabbed from there and forgot to take it off. Okay, it's off. So I see 13 people want me to go faster, 8 people want me to go slower. And now 9 and 8. I'm stuck with my speed. It's 50-50. So let's keep going. Let's talk about annotation. Annotation, share my screen and PowerPoint and bring this and go to my menu and bring to annotation. Okay. So later on, I will share my screen and ask you to bring annotation toolbar. And many people get confused. They says, where is annotation? Where is annotation? So please listen. So once I will be sharing my screen, up on the top, it would say in green color, who is sharing screen. Next to it, when you hover your mouse, you will see called view options. In view options, this one, view options, you come all the way down and you click annotate. Then you will get this toolbar. Okay? Move your cursor. Sorry?
У него там контракт закончился, потом месяц был перерыв в январе. И как раз это, и он там их привили, а он как раз у него контракта не было. А потом мы заболели, и он работал из дома, Хокин вообще легко перенес у него так, там, пару дней. Поболела голова, поспал. И...
You can mute her.
Но знаешь, как интересно было? У него долго не уходили бактерии эти. Тест позитив. А у нас, если у тебя позитивный тест, сидишь...
Okay. My mind was somewhere else. It took me a while to recalibrate my head. But it was Russian, right? Was it Russian? Sounded like Russian to me. Okay. So that's how you bring up the annotation bar. Now let's go back to the mouse, click and down. Okay. Now, these are all the stuff available to you in annotation bar. Please do not write for right now. And so all these things are available under draw, stamp, spotlight, eraser. However, all annotation bars are not created equal. Look at the top one. That's the person who's presenting. And at the bottom is your annotation bar, and see the differences. You don't get a spotlight if you are not the one presenting. You only get an arrow. You don't get a select all. You cannot move things around on the screen on a whiteboard or anywhere else. You can only clear your own drawing. You cannot mess up with other people's drawings. So that was 3 of 3. So now we will go into whiteboard. Now, please, I'm going to clear up all the voting here, all the feedback. Please raise your hand if you have used annotation tool before. Raise your hand or thumbs up. Not do thumbs up, raise your hand. Raise hand is easier because it will stay. The thumbs up would disappear in quickly. Okay, so not a lot of people, about less than half. Okay, so we will go ahead. You can stop now. And 12, 11, 9. Okay, so what we are going to do is to get you the whiteboard. And here are we on the whiteboard. And let's see, second. Playtime. This is your playtime. Go ahead and you have 1 minute. Anything you want to do on this whiteboard. This is your practice time for annotation. You remember, to get annotation tool was you move your cursor around in the top middle of your screen where it says I'm speaking, it says view options, you click that, you go all the way down, you click annotation, the bar appears, you take any tool from there. That's an elephant. I can recognize it. Wow. Oh, it's a tiger. Okay, no, that was the name, had the tiger in there. Okay, so this is your 1 minute to play around with the tool. In a minute, I will bring up the screen where I like you to participate and talk about your strength. Talk about your strength. Okay, stop. Please stop. I'm going to clear all drawings and going to go to my next one. So clear all drawings. Oh, now I clear all drawing and I messed up. Okay, I got rid of mine too. On this screen, only click text and type your top strength. As you are typing go ahead and use text and type your top strength. As you're typing your top strength, let me talk about the whiteboard. Whiteboard is good when you want raw input from people, but you don't have time to set up anything. because you cannot load picture, you cannot load here. You have to start blank and you have to type yourself. So it's very hard to do any design or anything. The other reason you want to use this compared to chat, because chat scrolls up. Here you can see all the responses once. The idea you need to keep in mind is to keep varying the exercise throughout your session. Sometimes you are doing polls, sometimes you are doing reaction, sometimes you are asking chat, sometimes you are doing a whiteboard. You mix them around. Later on, we'll do breakout rooms. Later on, you will do annotation on a PowerPoint. So keep in mind, the mix and match is the best thing. So whiteboard is not good for everything, but it's good for some things. So keep that in mind. I'm separating things out because sometimes they're on top of each other. And remember, I have the tool to do that where you don't have that tool to do that. Good, thanks for sharing. Now you can save. Save button, as you remember, was the last button on the right-hand side, or you can call the first button from the right. And that file gets saved, same place, same folder where chat gets saved. This is the whiteboard for you. Time-wise, we have little time left and too many things to do. So we're going to stop sharing. Any quick questions on whiteboard?
How did you start the whiteboard?
Remember on screen sharing, if you click the screen share button, share screen button, next to desktop was the whiteboard.
Okay.
Don't go any further. Just click share screen and you can see the whiteboard next to it.
Okay. Okay.
Now a challenge. So what I'm going to do is just share my screen here. And so I am sharing my desktop. Now here is a challenge. You get this toolbar. Can you see my toolbar? I'm moving around, right? This is the extra toolbar shows up. It's called floating toolbar. And this is available to the one who's sharing. Many people get confused what to do with this. Sometimes it comes in the way. You can always put it on the side, or you can go in there and all the way down, hide floating meeting control. You can disappear, make it disappear, but you hit escape and it comes back. If you forgot where your participants were, you want them back, you can click participant. Mine were already there. If I want to get chat, I click more, I can go to my chat. My chat is already here, but I was hiding it down there. Here is, if I want to bring annotation, I have to click it when I'm sharing screen. Whiteboard annotation comes out by itself, otherwise it doesn't come out. Now, here is the kicker. For example, you were sharing something, you want to share something else, but you don't want to do stop share, then find and come. You can click new share from here. If I click new share from here, now you can even see the screen I'm about to share. I have two things open up, my notes and one PowerPoint that you keep seeing, whiteboard, all that. I can go to advanced from here. I can do all that. Once I choose, let's assume I wanted to show you the whiteboard, so I could have clicked whiteboard. Once I click whiteboard, you'll see my whiteboard instead of my screen. Now, there's another fancy thing you can do. Oh, I stopped sharing. What if you want them to read something and you want to take that time to find your new thing you want to share? You can do that seamlessly without letting them know. So what you do is you do pause share. Now, if they are annotating, they cannot annotate, but they can read. While you resume it, you go and find new share. Once you found it, then you click resume share, and now you're sharing the next item. They never knew that you went out there and you found the new item because you did that when they were busy doing one thing. So those are the good controls that you have available to you. You can also do everything else from here as well.
How did you get to this floating control bar again?
So whenever you are sharing, the floating control bar is available to you up on the top of the screen. Whenever you are sharing, you get the floating control bar.
And it's called that?
Yeah, it's called, yeah, meeting floating control bar. See, all the way down here, it says hide floating meeting controls, because they call it floating because it floats. You know, it can move around. The bottom one doesn't move around, it's fixed. So this one is floating. So this is a little tricks you can do. Okay, now let's keep going. Next on our list, we had liked you to try something. So I'm going to go ahead and let me close that. Otherwise, that's not going to work. Okay. And so I would like you to annotate a slide. That's another way you can create some interaction, is to ask them to do something on a slide. What I like you to do on this slide is it big enough on your screen? Yes. What I like you to do is to read these 10 items and put heart on the item you like the most. You can choose only 3 out of 10. You can only choose 3. Put heart on it. Where is the heart? You remember when you bring up your annotation toolbar? In annotation toolbar, you have a stamp. When you click stamp, you had 4 or 5 things, and one of them was a heart. So you can use this. This is a good way. For example, I could have divided the screen in 4 parts, and I would have said 4 things there, and I would have asked you to go to which box you belong to. You can use that to prioritize. So annotation is really good because you can create all kinds of slides, all kinds of things, and ask people to act upon them. Where whiteboard is not easy to do, because whiteboard, you have to type and create everything, and the tools are there limited. I cannot create this PowerPoint slide on that whiteboard for sure.
Excuse me, Syed?
Yes.
Hi, this is Mei Lee speaking. I'm sorry, I cannot find my annotation board. Can you direct me to it?
So there is no annotation board, there's annotation toolbar. So
Okay.
once you look in the middle of, move your cursor first, don't look, move your cursor up on the top middle of your screen, and you see in a green color, it says I'm speaking. Next to it, when you are moving the cursor, a view option appears quickly, then it disappears. Once you click the view option, you come all the way down, it says annotation. You
Thank
click,
you.
and then you get the toolbar.
Yeah,
Once
I see it now.
you click stamp. Under stamp, you get the heart. You got the idea.
Super.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay, so let's go ahead and stop that. And let's go to breakout rooms. So in breakout rooms, let me put the question in chat. That's what I like you to do in breakout rooms. Okay, as I said earlier, sorry, I cannot keep track of the chat. So if you have something there, I will read it after the meeting ends. Share one area of your life where you are struggling or where you are trying to improve upon. So as you are going to do that, let me go ahead and share my screen. So this is what I like you to do in breakout, but I want to show you how breakout rooms work because we have 12 minutes left. So we need to do breakout rooms quickly. So I'm going to share my screen. And now you can see I'm going to click that on the side. I click breakout rooms. What happens? It says 27 participants per room because it's one room. So I click up arrow, 9, 6 to 7, 5 to 6, 4 to 5, 3 to 4, 3 to 4 for 8 breakout rooms. I want 8. I want assign automatically. I can assign manually, but it's going to take me a lot of time. Let participant choose room. This is the latest feature. It just came out. Now you can even choose the rooms. Once I'm ready, I click create rooms, but I did not get that other option. Okay, so I click create rooms. What it did is went ahead and created the rooms for me. I can rename the rooms if I like. It randomly chose. If I don't like the random selection, I can click recreate. It says recreate. It just recreated them. Just mix them around. I have rooms, I have people. If I know that Karen does not get along with Dragon at all, they're going to kill themselves, I can just swap them around or something. Or I can move people out, I can exchange, move to. I can do all those things I'm going to do. I can rename stuff. Once I'm ready, I'm going to create open all room. But before I do that, I'm going to click this options. Allow participant to choose room? No. Allow participant to return to main room session at any time? No, I'm not going to allow that. So you're going to stay in the room. It's going to be short time. Or even I can allow, doesn't really matter. Automatically move all assigned participants to the breakout room. Yes, so you don't get the button to click, I want to go to the room. And based on time available, let's go for 5 minutes. And then I'll give you 30 seconds countdown. Notify me when time is up. Countdown after closing breakout rooms. Sounds good? I'll go open all rooms and you're all going to disappear. Your job in 5 minutes is to talk about what things are you working on to improve yourself. Maybe there's a strength that you use too much is turning into your weakness and you want to do more in that area. Whatever comes to mind, just have a discussion for 5 minutes. Let's do 4 minutes because we talk too much.
You might want to uncheck the notify me when time is up. Otherwise, it's not going to close automatically.
It does close automatically when you notify me when time is up.
All right.
Yeah. I do that often. Okay.
Oh, hello. Are we in the main room? Ah, yes, okay. Dragonfly, you are on mute.
Unmute. Okay, okay, yes. No, it's okay, yeah.
Great chat.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Syed, also you are on mute.
Everybody got muted when we came back.
Okay, yeah, everyone got muted because that's my default settings, I think. I want to start with the mute, so in case. Okay, so breakout rooms are a good way to get a small group together and let them do something. You can have a moderator. Now, because anyone can join any room, you can choose to have certain moderators to join certain rooms. So it's a lot easier than it used to be. Before we were stuck. And then you saw all the different options. The breakout rooms are available to host as well as to the co-host. It's possible that only hosts can create them, but co-hosts then can do everything else hosts can do. For example, broadcast messages and things like that.
Actually, co-hosts can now create them.
Now co-hosts can create the latest version. Yes, okay.
The very latest, in the very latest version.
Latest version created. So because some people may have to get out for their next meeting, let me bring up my poll. And as you are taking the poll, the closing poll, I'm going to stay in the meeting till as long as people have questions, especially some of them wanted to know how to get the latest version. We can cover that or anything else. And some people don't want to speak in a large group, but when the group gets smaller, they certainly want to ask more questions. We can do that. At the meantime, you're taking the poll. We are open for questions.
Will you make your PowerPoint available?
Not yet. It's work in progress.
Okay.
I still need to do a lot. It's not ready for prime time, but we have scheduled meetings anyway, Jane. We can talk more later. But if someone else is interested, just send me an email. You got my email yesterday about this program. That's the same email address. You can send me an email, and then once I have it to the point that it can be shared, at that point, I can decide what to do in that area. Another question.
Yeah, I would like to know more about the use of the background.
Yes, yes. So your computer, how old is the computer?
Well, I got gifted this in Christmas, last Christmas.
Is it new computer?
Yeah.
So may want to ask, Zoom site has, if it's a new computer, it should work without having a screen, green screen. If it's a new computer, it should work without. Do not click, I have a green screen item. Do not click that. And then see.
Even some brand new computers have inexpensive processors in them. And
correct. I think the Zoom site, I don't have it in front of me, but now in the future, I should keep it in front of me. They provide the requirements. The computer has to be strong with lots of processing power. If computer is not a lot of processing power, then it requires a lot of memory, a lot of storage and stuff.
Okay.
So that's the main reason. If you want to do the actual green screen, you really need to then have the very tight cloth, up tight, either way, very flat. And they do sell them. I bought them.
Yeah, I bought one on Amazon, but then I couldn't actually get it to use it.
Yeah, you have to then buy the poles. And then you have to buy the stand bags for the poles.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot involved. Otherwise, the poles fall off because of the wind, because of the air in the room. So it is a full production.
Yeah, I hear
you. A lot. Kate, you have a question.
I just wanted to know how would a person find out if you were doing this again?
LinkedIn. And because you attended this one, Kate, I will send to everyone who attended this one as well.
Okay, great. Because I feel like I know a lot of people who would really benefit from this. Thank you so very much.
Good. I'm glad you got something out. Thank you very much for taking the poll. And
thank you
for 100%.
Yeah. sharing your knowledge.
Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Regina, where are you located?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Georgia. Okay. Here are the results. Not bad. Better than the last time. Slowly trying to improve. Next question.
Just confirming
Yes.
that you might share, excuse
What?
me, Nandita, did you have something to say?
No, I'll go after you. Please carry on.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this session and confirming that you were sharing the recording by chance.
So yes, so because you all give permission for recording, I will, if you want recording, just let me know. Just email me. I'll send you the
email you. Thank you.
I think because it's being recorded on the cloud, I think Zoom takes a little time. Jim, how long does it take?
It won't take long, but I don't think you want to share it on the cloud. I think you want to upload it to YouTube or someplace else, because you cannot stream from the cloud in Zoom, and also it will use up your quota. You don't want to keep it in the cloud. The Zoom cloud is a very small quota. It's only 1 gigabyte, and this meeting will be more than 1 gigabyte. And one nice, that's actually one good point. They're very generous with that. They give you 1 gigabyte as a standard host of quota for your cloud recordings. But if you exceed the 1 gigabyte during the meeting, they don't cut you off. They let you go over it, one time, and then after that meeting is over, they will not let you record anymore. So you don't have to worry about running out of quota in the middle of a meeting, which is actually rather nice.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, so what does that translate to for those of us who would like to get it?
Just go ahead and email me.
Okay.
And first I will watch the recording what it looks like. Once it's available to me, then I'll have to find where to store it. Once I find I think I'll be able to store in YouTube and just make it available. So then I can send you the link.
Okay.
Private YouTube channel is a really good place to store these.
Yeah.
Yes, Syed, I have a question.
Yes.
How did we go to the breakout rooms?
So if you are a host or co-host, let me share my desktop so you can see it. So if you are a host or co-host, at the bottom, you have the button called breakout rooms that you don't have because you are not a host or a co-host. Can you see it where my cursor is at the bottom?
No, I'm not able to see it. I couldn't see it the last time also.
Okay, so let me make it with annotation. Let me make it an arrow there. Okay, so you see this arrow?
Yeah.
You see the item below the arrow? What does it say? Breakout room or no?
No, this is getting hidden behind my.
Oh, so you need to move your window up. Your window. You can rearrange your window. Your window is not all the way up. Your window is hiding below. Move your window up higher or make it smaller if it's going too much above your top of your screen.
I think it's your window. It's for me, it's too small.
See it?
It's too small.
This is a fixed bar. This is a fixed bar. The bottom bar. I can't do much with it. Can
I? Yeah. It's a fixed bar. You cannot move it around, but you can move your whole window up. The window I'm sharing. Let me do something else too for you.
But you're not going to see it on your screen because breakout rooms are not open. Only the host will see it right now.
Yeah, she just wanted to see the option.
Okay.
Breakout room option at the bottom. You still cannot see. Let me quickly do something. And I need to go there and do that first. Okay, that's open. So let's close this and share and PowerPoint. Okay, so this is full screen. Let's make it full screen. So breakout room. Okay, so this is what it would look like.
No, but where does this come at the bottom bar?
Yeah, so see, this is for the setting part. I'll show you 1 second. So bottom bar, look at the top right of the screen where all your buttons are. you will
Yes.
have another option called breakout room there.
I
Just
got
like
you.
participants and chat and
Right.
polling, you will have an option called breakout rooms.
All right.
And once you click it, you get these options, and then you choose how big the room, then you do these settings, and then timing, and then you open rooms. And then you can
Sure.
broadcast them message.
Sure. Got it.
Good.
I have a follow-up question in regards to breakout rooms.
Yes, sir.
If I'm working with other staff
Yeah.
and maybe I want to exclude them from being put into rooms
Yeah.
because, we may want to, visit
Yeah.
certain rooms.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. They kind of get grouped into a room, then they have to drop themselves out.
No, so choose now the newer version has that option called let people select themselves manually. You can ask them so they don't select any and they can go any room they want to.
I think he wants to
That
assign
option.
them.
Yeah. Or make them co-host. And if you make them co-host, then they can go to any room they want to as well.
Okay, so I've done that. I've made some people co-hosts, but when I'm setting up the breakout rooms,
yeah,
I set my number and then boom,
yeah,
they get grouped in initially with that. If I select let folks choose to join rooms or not, then the folks that sounds terrible, but don't really want to have the choice.
Yeah,
it applies to everybody, doesn't it?
Yeah. So what about I don't get that option that anymore. Add room.
I think I see what you want to do, and I don't think it can do that. It's everybody is categorized the same. You can't set some people apart and have them behaved differently than the rest.
Well, he can create room manually. There's a don't do the auto option, do manual option.
Yeah, I mean that'd be the way to do it, just to manually. But I don't think he wants to manually assign it either. I think he wants to automatically assign most of the people, but exclude a few of the people.
That's
that
correct.
option doesn't exist, but there are so many different ways to take care of the issue.
Okay, so
number one, you can just ask them wherever they get there, go to that place instead of where you end up, because you already clicked the option. Anyone can go anywhere. Number one. Number two, you do all the work of, for example, manually assigning people, and don't assign a bunch of people and later on tell them where you want them to go. If you want them to see all the rooms and everything, then make them a co-host so they can see everything.
So if I make them the co-host, then they can just drop from whichever room they were assigned to initially, and then they can go into any room they want after that as a moderator.
They can do that without being a co-host as well, because you did not, you choose the option that anyone can choose any room. But they would not be able to, I don't know how much you can, I think once you allow that, yeah, you don't even have to make them co-host. Co-host just a little extra thing.
I don't think he wants
gives you
most
more
of the
flexibility.
people. I don't think he wants most people to have that right.
Correct.
Yeah.
It was just worth a try. Thank you.
Yeah. If you make them co-host, then you can do even automatic, and don't let them move out of their rooms and all that. And the co-host can still come and go just like a host does. I think that might be the easiest way.
It sounds like it. Thank you.
Yes. Next, another question. We have some people. Hi, Maria. How are you? Maria, your microphone is off.
1 second, please. 1 second. I'm in a place where I'm not alone.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
1 second. I'm fine, thanks.
Good. Wow, beautiful behind you.
Sorry for using my virtual background. Basically I hate the virtual backgrounds, but sometimes I recognize people need to use them when the actual background is not appropriate. And right now I'm in the middle of my, it's my non-business hours, which are totally family hours. I already told you.
Correct.
I had to hide from my kids in the toilet room. Then my battery was low, so I had to join my husband in our small office, and he was on his Zoom at the same time. So I had to, to always keep my camera and microphone off to make sure that I am not confusing anyone here. Thank you for the great session. It was so enriching. I'm in the middle of writing an email to you saying that I already knew quite a lot about how to use Zoom, but not all. And what you do is a really unique format because for just a couple of hours, I learned so many new things on Zoom. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you. So Maria is in Moscow, right?
In Moscow.
Yes.
But it was not me talking Russian.
You heard that, huh? That was Russian.
I heard it. It was Russian, yes.
Okay. I thought it was Russian. Maria designs intercultural games. Jim?
Yeah.
Yeah, intercultural games for many years and well known in Europe for designing games.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. But I remember you had I looked at the chat from last time and you had a question. What about alternate host? Do you still have that question?
No, I think I now can make folks alternate hosts. And I think that some of the challenges I may experience is that I have the university I work in provides Zoom. So whatever version they have provided is probably what I'm going to be stuck with. I may or may not be able to upgrade because earlier on I wasn't getting the 3 rows of the reactions. I just have the emoji reactions, and I'm probably just going to have to live with it.
An IT support ticket.
Yeah. So Bert, do you have the Zoom app on your desktop, right?
Correct. It's built in.
The update is to that client, not to the server side. There is no really server side. Only thing they can do is the little settings. For example, they may not let you do recording, or they may not let you do something. So it's a setting they control, but each and every person does the upgrade. They can force the upgrade to everyone, or you can go and do an upgrade yourself. So you simply open the app, and in the open the app on the top right, you have your picture or your initial, you click it, you come halfway down, it says update, do updates, that's it. And you do your own updates from there. You're not stuck with their version.
I'll probably need, as Jim said, an IT ticket because they used to give us admin passwords on our machine, and now it's a little less flexible in that regard, but it's doable. It's doable. So I can just request IT to update it.
Yeah, ExxonMobil, maybe they locked it in your case. In ExxonMobil, we don't have admin rights to our machine, but for this, we were able to upgrade anytime.
Oh, well, maybe it'll work. I'll try.
Maybe just check. Maybe just check. You can open right now and check. Just look.
I will check, and excellent memory, given all the people that you were interacting with today. So thank you for that. That's very, very useful. I'm beginning to learn on this, and I think I've learned a lot that I can use with my students. So I'm very, very grateful. Thank you.
Sure.
There's actually an even easier way to upgrade if you're on a PC. I don't know if this works on a Mac or not, but on a PC that you have admin rights to, you can go to the tray, to the Windows 10 tray in the bottom, and you might have to look at all the little icons and find the one that says Zoom, and right-click that, and it says check for updates. So and that's the way I always upgrade. After every meeting, I click that to see if there are any updates, and sometimes there are. And to me, that's much easier than going into the portal to do it.
Yeah. No, you have to go to portal. See, at the bottom, when you have in your computer on your tray, you have the Zoom button. You click it, you go to the main screen of Zoom, that where you do stuff, and on the top right, your picture number 2. You click it and you come down, it says check for updates, and
Right.
it tells you right now it's 555. And if it's not there, it will just do it in a second.
Well, I don't have admin, but I will give it a try. And once again, this is very helpful. Thank you so much for providing it. And it's a very useful way to present it by actually using it in your process. And that's an easier way for me to learn. So very much, again, I want to give other folks a chance to speak, but thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Anyone else? Any other question?
So one feature you did not cover that
Lots of feature I did not cover. Sorry.
yeah, there's plenty. You didn't talk at all about using pre-registration like you use on yours. And I noticed a feature that when I clicked the link to go in, it asked me some additional questions. And I never had noticed that feature before. And then it asks for permission to record, which I never had noticed before. That I assume that permission to record button is only present if you have if you're using Zoom registration. Is that right?
No, they are two separate things.
Well, where do you enable that permission to record? I've never seen that before.
So it's in the record options. All the record options. So let's see.
That's a new one.
Okay, it doesn't let, right now it's recording, so I don't want to mess with it, but it's on the portal.
Okay, I'll take a
Go on the
look.
portal under recording. It says, would you like to have a message to get people's approval?
I have never noticed that before. That must have been added fairly recently.
And it lets you also create your custom message as well. I didn't do the custom, I use the default.
So what happens if somebody says no?
They get kicked out.
Oh, okay.
They get kicked out because I'm so afraid someone coming and suing me.
Yeah.
So this is my defense that they chose to be here. That's why people keep saying it's being recorded. And of course it says up on the top left, it's being recorded. Now remember I mentioned this is intermediate, not advanced. So there are so many things related to portal that I did not get into because you cannot. You remember I was talking fast to make sure.
Yeah. There's no way you can cover it all. That's right.
So I think next time I'm going to go for 2 hours. 90 minutes is. I feel like I'm going too fast. But again, in the voting, go slow, go fast. They were about equal. So
yeah, that's why I saved that question to the end. I knew that was out of the scope of the original.
So once you are in a registration, once you choose the registration piece, then it asks you, would you like to have a custom questions? You can add custom. I don't think it asks you, but the option is there. You can add as many as you want.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be using that, but it's an interesting feature because
yeah. And it also has the option of letting them register automatically versus I review the name, I review the answer to the question, and then I decide they get the link or not. I like that too. And then also let you choose the banner and the picture for the email that goes out and text of the email. All that gets designed in registration as well, the confirmation email.
Yep.
I never had to use that in the company because we had our own little registration system, but this is the second time I used it. And I can access it anytime in a long Excel spreadsheet, which has all that information, one row per person.
But it does have the added burden of they have to register twice. They have to RSVP on the event, and they also have to register in Zoom, as I discovered.
Sorry, say it again.
They may have to register for the meeting twice, first in the event, and then also in Zoom. Because you remember that was the problem with me. I registered just on the event, and then you sent the note saying
LinkedIn, correct.
That I have to register in Zoom also, in addition to registering for the event.
Correct. So LinkedIn was 103 people. But I think most of the people know, they just click it, so their calendar is blocked, but they choose not to register if they are really not going to go, because they are waiting for other things to happen and some other priorities come. they choose not to. Yeah.
Well, for most of my meetings, they're accustomed to registering only once, and as soon as they receive that link, they generally will often share it with other people. So that would not work with Zoom registration.
Correct.
I must have done everything at once because I don't remember 2 separate registrations. I do remember registering through LinkedIn, but perhaps I just went from that straight into the, because when I joined, I didn't have to register a second time.
Yeah, no, I send everyone who attended last time an email.
Oh, okay.
I gave you the registration link.
Okay.
Yeah, LinkedIn has this event feature. And
Yeah.
this event feature, it tells you where to put the link for registration. And next time I'm going to make it also a big deal in the text. But not a lot of people came back to me and said anything. So yeah, that was very confusing to me too, Jim.
Well, thank you again. You two may want to speak more. I realize I'm eavesdropping, so.
I need to go.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Thanks for attending, and I'm glad you got something out you can use.
Where are you located, Bash?
Seaside, which is right next to Monterey, California.
Okay.
I work at a California State University. It used to be the old Fort Ord Army base, and they turned it into a university about 25 years ago.
Oh, very nice. All right. I'm always so impressed at the geographical footprint of the presentations that Syed gives.
Yeah, it is impressive. Well, thank you both again. You've both been very helpful.
Take care, sir.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Yeah, I need to take off as well. I have been here longer than I intended to be, and my daughter's coming over soon.
Good. Thanks for all your help. And so you even got a few things out. So your time, I was wondering, will your time be wasted today?
Oh, no. I actually learned several things on here, and I met a very interesting person that we had a nice private chat.
That's good.
I'm going to connect with her, Marty Jordan. Do you know her actually?
Yes, very well. We met in an atheist organization.
In a what organ?
15 plus years ago.
Oh, wow. Yeah, she, I put my my Clifton strengths on the screen during that, and she immediately texted me and said, we share 4 out of 5 of these top strengths. And I said, wow, that's very unusual. I don't think I've ever met anybody that shared 4 out of 5. So we're going to connect on LinkedIn. It sounds like she does kind of similar work to what I've done.
She had her own business. She was very higher up in some kind of a designing firm for a while. And then, yeah. She's a neat lady.
Yeah. It's always nice to make those serendipitous connections.
Exactly. That's the whole idea. Okay. Yeah. I will let you go, sir.
All right. We'll be talking in a week or two.
Yes.
Maybe let's see.